Hey there. Welcome to another episode of Heart and Hustle, Visionary Healers, Movers, and Shakers. I am your host, Paulette Rees-Denis, here to bring you magic makers from around the globe, people who are creating change, who have small businesses, large businesses, hobbies, but they are creating the life of their dreams. And that, my friends, is what living is all about. So let us know how you like this episode. Please subscribe, and we'll see you there. Thanks for joining. All right, my friends, welcome to another episode of Heart and Hustle, Visionary Healers, Movers, and Shakers. And I am your hostess, Paulette Rees-Denis, your movement motivator, your passion instigator, magic maker, lifestyle transformational coach, and podcast interviewer. And I get to bring you yet these beautiful, great folk who are creating change in the world, living the life of their dreams, following their passions, living into their abundance, and so much more, creating change in the world. And today I get to bring you Rae Leonard. Rae, welcome.
Oh, thank you, Paulette Rees-Denis. I love your name.
Thank you. So glad to have you here. Rae is in Maryland. She's on the other side of the country from me. And I can tell you a little bit about her, but she can tell you a lot more about her. She's an intuitive, energy worker. You're multi-passionate, just like me. You're an author. You have a book called High Sobriety. And I have 4 books myself, so we're good there. And let's see, if I read a little bit of your bio, you combine your innate gifts with Healy, which I want to talk about that. A frequency device that sees divine beings in their most exalted state of health, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, in their highest state of consciousness. So we can dive into that. But first of all, I want to know about you. I just want to know, tell me about Rae.
Well, I definitely come from the fairy realm, as I was saying to you before we started. And I'm glad that I have been able to discover that in the second half, or maybe this is the third half of my life. I'm not sure.
And so, like, at what age? What do you mean by that second age?
Well, when I was very young, my parents split up, and that I was left to my own devices. You know, it was the 70s. I was a latchkey kid in New York. And the good thing about that was that I had a very strong sense of a strong intuition. I had ESP was really strong. I had a lot of psychic powers. I had spirit guides all around me and animal guides. And I felt very supported. And I thought everyone had the same gifts. I knew I thought everybody knew who to trust. You know, I had like a BS monitor. You know, I knew not to just listen to what people said. I knew that I could tell by their actions and how they smelled. You know, using aromatherapy, I knew who to like come near and who to stay far from. And that all went south when I became a teenager, and I would say the entrainment of our education system. And I started using drugs and alcohol at a very young age to kill pain, I would say. And my clairsenses, you know, the way that our intuition speaks to us, got buried. And I kind of led a dualistic life because I was a health nut. I became a yoga teacher. I loved good, healthy food and things that made me feel really good. And I was also really entrenched in alcohol and drugs on the weekends. And I really thought I could handle it. You know, I was like, I can handle this. I'm doing well. I'm rolling with it all. I can handle my hangovers. And it wasn't until my mid 40s that I noticed that these entities were creeping in and had a stronger and stronger hold on me and were encouraging me to drink more alcohol.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, more often, earlier in the day. Um, and luckily, I had a good set of skills. I meditated and a strong mantra practice. And I said, wow, this isn't me. These are some yucky attachments, and I got to get rid of them. And I thought, but I'm not just going to declare war. I'm not just going to be like, I quit. And I felt that they would have like doubled down on me.
Mhm.
So I kind of chanted as I drank. I drank as I did asana. I started listening to sober podcasts, which really helped until I felt that the alcohol could just drop away. And it did, along with all drugs. And essential oils were at my doorstep for me. A frequency device was at my doorstep for me. And my clair senses flooded back into my life. And it led me on my path. I'd always been a coach and a teacher, but now I felt really whole and not leading this dualistic life anymore.
Wow. Wow. And so what age was that for you?
48, maybe
Okay. Wow.
48, like about 10 years ago.
I love seeing these phases of life, the things that the women go through in the 20s and the 30s, and then how they shift in the 40s and 50s. And I'm 66 now. So, and how it shifts now, you know, it's just,
Incredible. Oh
it's,
my gosh, you look amazing.
well,
What a role model.
thank you. I live a good life. I've learned a lot of things on the path, just as you have. And that's really important. And that's why I do the work I do, which is, of course, why you do the work you do, uh, to help women transition and, create these transformations, because things are not the same.
Yes, I would say since my hormones took a back seat, I noticed, wow, they were really running the show from like 12 to my late 40s. I have a theory.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, and as soon as that stopped, I was like, wow, this is incredible. Like I'm really me. I'm a woman, and I'm not run by my sensuality and my sexuality in the same way. Thinking or feeling like, wow, I should be exploring every person that I should be exploring because to get a mixed set of genes in a gene pool,
Mhm.
creating babies, when I felt that that was a very prominent force in my life. And I wasn't even that aware of it until it dissipated.
Yeah. Yeah. So no babies for you?
I have two babies,
Oh, you have two babies. Okay.
grown, flown the coop babies. And yeah, they're wonderful.
Nice.
Um, but I feel like when I look at women in their mid 40s, um, I just say, wait, just wait like another 5 years. You're going to get a whole different perspective when that hormonal component is out of the picture. You wanted
Right.
the highs
Yeah.
and the lows. And
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad I'm over that. Oh my gosh. So, okay, so in your late 40s, you changed your lifestyle, you became sober and quit the drugs and got more in touch with your intuitive self. So then how did your work evolve?
well, I was always a teacher, and I was always a guide. It's just that um, it was I had stuff going on at the same time. So I really know how to help people stay high naturally now. And, because getting high is very important to me. And I like to keep it rolling, all the positive things in all the positive directions through conscious language and frequency support and mantra and music. And um, I'm really good at it. So I love to connect with people. And through my intuition, I can tell where they need the support the most at the moment, and either give them support so that they can become more emotionally balanced, and then we can go in and work on some subconscious triggers, doing some frequency work, so that they can really change habits and change their life and become the Albert Einstein said, when you match the frequency of the reality that you want, you will get the reality that you want. And
Okay.
this is not philosophy, it's physics.
Yeah. Well, and it's the law of attraction, and it's mindset, and envisioning and believing and allowing and receiving. I mean, it's all those things.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, so tell me about the Healy work.
Oh, Healy. Okay, so I'm wearing one right now. So this is it, and it is a frequency balancing device, and there's a quantum sensor in here. So it reads a person in their most exalted state, in their highest health, in their highest state of consciousness, and it delivers a pulse every 10 seconds. There's 144,000 frequencies in the app that get transferred to this little teeny portable device.
Yeah.
And then it gives you the frequencies that you need to accomplish your dreams, or to get over an issue that you're working on, or a health issue, or whatever it is you need. We can go in and program the device for you specifically, and then it's just like a very it's just quick, it's just fast, it's just boom boom boom, let's get rid of those subconscious triggers once and for all, and your frequency is different and your life will be different
So
very quick.
you program it for the person.
Yes, you do a scan.
Individual. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, like I would do a scan on you, Paulette, and scan you, and it would the Healy would tell you, would give you an analysis of what you need and why you need it, and where it's supporting you, and then it would deliver the frequencies that you need to upgrade your consciousness.
And how did you get into this work?
Um, a really, really good friend of mine, called me one day and was like, okay, this is for you. You got to get this. You got to do this. I can see you doing this. This is so up your alley. And this is just going to accentuate and accelerate your work so fast. And, as good friends, they know you. And so I trusted her. I was like, I don't know if I want to get into this right now. I've got so much. I want to finish my book. Uh, I want to move, I want to do this. And she's like, well, it's going to help you do all those things. And I was like, okay, fine, bring it on. And she was right. And then when I started using it on clients and things, I noticed that things were changing for them much quicker.
Quicker. Yeah.
Like I have a couple who they came to me and they were about to break up, and we put them both in the Healy and their intention, and they were able to read and see what their subconscious triggers were, and they could read each other's subconscious triggers, and then I delivered the frequencies to them and they stayed together, and this just made me so happy. I was like, this is fantastic. So
Oh, wow. Well, and we get so blocked sometimes, right? It's just like, oh, I can't make this work. I'm done, over, and
oh yeah.
sometimes you've got to be able to let go of certain stories. Stories.
The
But yeah,
stories
yeah.
that we
So
tell ourselves.
yeah,
Our ancestors told our great grandparents, it told our grandparents. And I mean, my gosh, we have this DNA in there programmed, that's not even us.
right, right. But even now in to in your life today, I mean, I find because I work with so many women on recreating and rewriting the stories, and especially as we get older, we hang on to what we thought we wanted, what we were told we should have,
Hmm.
all those things, and we have cords and psychic attachments and you know deep stories, and all you gotta do is rewrite them.
Yes.
It's not hard. It's really not hard. And that's what's beautiful about it is you can make it be whatever you want it to be.
Yes, and it's just about finding the tips and the tricks, right? That work for you. So what is it? Is it, do you recognize your thought going to a negative place first, or do you recognize your emotions went somewhere negative first and you do a little rewrite, you do a little adjustment, right? I mean, that for me, it's there. It's at those moments
Mhm.
that I do the adjustment so I can keep myself balanced all day and I don't go too deeply down any uh, snowball of negativity, right? I catch myself right away. Wow, that was a negative thought of judgment. Like, I don't want to be judgmental towards myself or anyone else. I'm going to turn that around. I'm excited for the possibilities this situation's going to bring. Not, oh my gosh, this is happening again. Oh, I know this story. I know
Well,
this
and
person.
that's the thing. That's what, you know, even in my writing class the other day, someone was saying something like, well, that's how it's always been or whatever. And it's like, nope, stop right now.
Yes. Yes. Right now. Stop.
Stop. You can't keep saying that because you become a magnet to it.
Words are wands. I have a chapter in my book
Oh,
called
yeah,
Words.
I have to tell you. So I saw that on your page because I just did a whole blog post last week about, or 2 weeks ago, about words are your wand.
Oh, I want to read it.
Oh, and I was just like, what? See, we got connected.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is meant to be.
But I'm as a writer and teaching journaling and writing, it's like thoughts become words, become things, right? And I'm into creating my everyday magic. So words are your wands. I love that. I have to read your book. So
Yeah. And so you use them, you just usually, if I say something, if find myself saying, I want this or I want that, that's not what I want to say, because then the universe or source or God or whatever you want to call it is reverberating back. She wants that. She wants that. You're not getting that. You just want that
yeah,
perpetually, right?
yeah.
So I like to say, okay, I want this. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited about getting this. Oh, she's excited about getting this. Well, we better deliver it right away because
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
excited. She's
I know,
expecting.
and it can be so tricky. It can be so tricky, but your mind doesn't know the difference, right?
Yes, exactly.
And to learn how to use your words, I mean, it's so beautiful. It's so inspiring. But um, yeah, yeah, it's just so good.
We're doing it. We're doing it. And
Yeah,
I love to have friends and colleagues who help me with it, who will like catch it for me and I catch it for them. That's my favorite kind of relationship, because sometimes people are just they're complaining and they want to complain and they want partners, their vibration
yeah.
is and
Goes down.
right, and they're matching that person, and that's where they want to stay. And you say something to them like that, words are wands, or try to change your words, and they're just like, but it's the reality, what are you talking about? But I'm trying to tell you this is how it is. And I'm like, I'm trying to tell you that it could be a different way if you just changed your words.
Yeah, yeah. I know people want to explain what's happening. And it's like, okay, well, you're explaining it and you're diving right back into it. Yeah. So, okay, so so this podcast is called Heart and Hustle. So tell me what's been hard. What's been the hustle for you to develop your business or your life as you are now?
Um, what's been hard? HARD? Did you say what's been difficult?
Yeah, what's the hustle?
Whew, Paulette, I
Oh,
tell you, the only way I like to think about hustle is do the hustle, dancing. Like
dancing. Okay, I love you. Okay, good.
yeah, like I don't even want to go there. And I'm kind of a stubborn mule that way. I don't like to work hard. I just like to allow. And I get ideas and I get I'm like, oh, I want to do podcasts because I can get the word out there about how, easy it can be to quit alcohol or change your life or, be inspiring. And then if it gets to be hard, I'm like, oh, I'm just not going to do it. I'm a responder. Oh, are you into human design?
I am a manifesting generator.
Okay, me too.
Of course you are.
Of course. And so we're here to respond. So whenever something gets like difficult or challenging, or I feel like I'm working too hard explaining something or I'm chasing people, or they're not responding to me, I remember that I am here to respond. And so I am doing something when it seems like I'm doing nothing. When I'm laying in my hammock, I am allowing myself to be ready to respond to people.
That's so important. That's so important. And taking that kind of time daily, and building new practices around that kind of time, quiet time, reflective time, allowing time, where you don't have to be doing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I don't like it. It's not my thing. And somehow, I mean, the universe, I'm creating my life the way that I want it. And somehow there's money in my bank account, and somehow I'm living and eating well, and life is wonderful, just the way I'm doing it. So maybe the hard part or the hustle is to continue every day to have the faith
Mm,
to
mhm.
keep forging my own path exactly the way I want it, and not to believe that I have to do one darn stinking thing that I don't want to do because I don't want to do
Oh
it.
man, I was just talking about that with my husband just like an hour ago. Uh, I'm just so sick sometimes of doing some of the stuff. And it's like, okay, what do we need to let go of? What do we need to allow to happen? And you get stuck in a rut. And of course, this is what I work with my clients on. And, and just to be. And when you reach my age, when you were 66, and you're like, I want to stop.
Right, right.
And I do. I mean, I have these beautiful non-negotiables. I wrote about it the other day on my blog. I have to be outside every morning. I have to walk through the desert, and I have to just, uh, allow myself to be in the beauty and to breathe deep and to be quiet and to listen. And God, I didn't do that for years,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, I mean, you're just coming into it. I mean, 66 is it's such a beautiful number. It's such a beautiful um, age. It's funny. I'm 57, but I often say people think I'm saying 66 because I was born in 1966.
Okay, all right. Uh-huh.
And I just love that number. And, it seems like and look
Well,
at you. I mean, you're so gorgeous and amazing. And we're taught that, you want to be 26, like, no,
no,
this is what
no,
you
no, no. But just really quickly, so you're 66 and you were born in 57. I mean,
No.
you're 57 and you were born in 66. I'm 66 and I was born in 57.
Wow.
I
Wow.
know.
I mean, that is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just common math, but I didn't get it until just now. Really cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's just like, okay. So I love it when I get to cross paths with, people who are on the same wavelength, who are I mean, I love doing this podcast. I love sharing all of you with all of my people. And it's just so important. I love people's stories and I love to hear what you've been through and where you're going. So where are you going?
Ooh.
Ooh.
So I'm a researcher, and I I just am excited. I didn't say I want. I'm just excited
Okay,
to
good.
have more and more, thank you, to have more and more time to devote to all the exploration and all the rabbit holes I want to go to, and that my day is completely free, and I can explore every single one of my, I have notes on napkins and papers, and I want to just research every single thing so that I can bring more value to our society. And I'm not quite sure what that means, but to have the faith to just keep stepping forward, that um, I'm moving into a time of life that I'm going to be going inward and doing a lot of research. I don't know if it's going to be a book. I don't know. Maybe it's going to be a blog. I'm not sure. But it's going to be fabulous.
Of course it will be. So when did your other book come out?
Last October.
Oh, okay. So it's still
Yeah.
new. Yeah. Right on.
It is pretty new, and that was, that was a slice of my life, where like alcohol tried to kick my butt and didn't win. That was a slice, and so maybe it'll be the next volume will be like the next 10 years, or maybe not. I mean, I'm feeling like I want to do a big, in-depth research, a book about Frank Lloyd Wright and how he was a druid. Like, that's what I'm thinking about.
Okay. Love it. Oh my God. Do it.
Yeah. And I love this time, getting to take a lot of time for myself, and then being available for other people, after like being married and raising children, and coming out of that phase of life, and finally it being me time is super, super juicy and excited to me. And I'm kind of like in love with myself right now and
Oh, good.
exploring myself right now.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good.
And we all should have that. We all should allow that for ourselves.
Yeah, if you want.
Pleasure, joy, abundance. There's words that I love, like curiosity,
Mm.
because I'm never going to stop. Right? There's so much to be curious about. I want to be awed. I want to be awed every day.
Oh, what's that quote by Mary Oliver? I want to be a bride married to inspiration, or something to do with awe. I'll think of it. Oh gosh, I wish I could remember it. She's my birthday twin, actually.
Love her. Love her.
September 10th. I want to say I was a bride married to,
Mm,
it's not inspiration, but it was something close to that.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah. You can put it in the notes after the
I know,
podcast. I'll
right.
send it to you.
Put that poem. All right. I love Mary Oliver. Yeah, so good. All right.
Yeah, I love that about the curiosity, though, because that's a really good word uh, as a wand, as a segue. Like if you can't like get yourself out of a bad mood, or you can't get yourself out of that wanting stage, or whatever it is, you can you can say, "I'm curious about what the next moment will bring when I'm not feeling this way." So that was a good word to bring up.
That's so good. Okay, I have before we sign off here. So this is an exercise I do all the time with my women's circles, and when I go do a speaking gig, or uh, and so when you meet someone at a party, and they say, "Oh, what do you do?" and you say, "Oh, I'm a coach and a writer." Just kind of really simple. So what would you say? Just really simple. What would you say?
Oh, I'm a researcher. That's what I would say right now.
Perfect. Okay, and then, but really.
Oh, but really, I'm an uplifter. I'm here to uplift humanity.
What else? Come on. What else? Rant for
Oh,
me.
what else? Oh, what else am I here for? I'm here to spread love and light.
Come on. Come some more. Come on.
More, more, more. I'm a cosmic conscious creator. Here to spread love and light.
That's so good. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, I love how
Now,
you.
doesn't that just expand you, as well as anyone who listens to that? So it was really interesting because I did this in a talk I gave a couple weeks ago at a working women's breakfast. And they couldn't do it. I mean, that's a general statement. Some of them did. Some of them couldn't. I mean, they could say, I'm a teacher, or I'm an accountant, or whatever. They couldn't dive into themselves. They cried. They shut
Mm,
up. They're like, pass. I can't do it.
mm.
Oh, come on. I'm a magic maker. I'm a dancing diva. You know, I'm a goddess of words. I love to spread love through words and movement, and my hips are my money makers. And I mean, you know,
I'm a
but
mover
really,
maker. I love that you say that.
yeah. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. I just love that exercise, and it's so important. I said, do this every day. Come on, look in the mirror and tell yourself who you are.
Oh, well, I'll tell you my mantra that I do in the mirror every
Yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah.
I am giving with ease and abundance. I am the unlimited source of all. I am an easy, open conduit for you, divine beloved. I am trustful that all my needs are met in glorious ways. I am safe to give freely as my heart guides. I am also wildly open to receiving. I carry your light with rebellious grace and a provocative elegance, as I am a stunning example of your love. I am love, forgiveness, and acceptance. I am the one who lets everything go, and I am the one who lets everything come.
That is quite a mantra. It's fantastic. Oh my God. I'm gonna
Okay, what's yours? What's yours? Just a little something, something.
I don't know that I have an everyday mantra, but when I go out for my walks every day, I walk with my dog, and I'm just like, I'm a magnet to all that I want.
Hmm.
I'm a magic money maker. I bring empowerment to women. I'm a magic maker. The things I say all the time. I'm a magic maker, a movement motivator, passion instigator. I live in my truth. I, I love my work. I live in awe. I surround myself with beauty. So
Oh,
important. So important. I take time to do these things that are non-negotiables, you know? I mean, so there's different practices, you know, it's not only just mantra, but it's breath work and meditation and journaling and movement. You know, I go to the gym every morning and then I take my dog out for a run every morning. I'm very high energy, so I have to, you know, lifting weights. I love it. I love being in my body. I love being present.
Yeah, you have a very active body that works for you. So cool.
So there you are. All right, everybody, did you hear all that? That's quite a mantra. My goodness, I love it. Love, love,
Yours is
love.
good too.
So, any last words you want to share?
Hmm. Stay curious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Keep it light. Stay curious. Blur your eyes. Don't take it all so seriously. We're here to have fun.
Yeah, yeah. Live, shine your light. Shine your light. And so
Sign of the
I will put all of Rae's connections down in the blog post down below. And so you can connect with her. And um, so you offer like coaching sessions and the Healy.
Yes, I do. I coach people and I run Healy on people and I put people on the expressway. So we'll make an intention together and then I run it for like 2 weeks for them. And yeah, I do a lot of different varieties, you know, whatever works for people. And yeah, can I just say my website because sometimes people are
Yeah,
just listening, right?
yeah,
It's raeleonard.me, RaeLeonard.me. And just say hi. Just let's have a
yeah.
conversation.
Connect. And you're also on Facebook and you're also on Instagram.
I
And
am.
and is your book available through you or through Amazon or?
Either you can get it on my website, you can get it on Amazon, High Sobriety, Rae Leonard.
Nice, nice.
Say hi.
Oh,
Thank you, Paulette.
oh,
Rees-Denis.
I'm so glad to connect with you. I'm so glad to have you here. And everybody out there in Heart and Hustle Land, thank you again for being part of this growing community. Please subscribe, please leave a review, please ask questions. Love to hear your feedback or what you need, what we can guide you with. And that's why I share these great people with you. Again, thanks for being here. Until we meet again, many blessings. Love you.
Thank you.